Oh, God, we waste all the good stuff in the pre-show. Levels.
Levels. Just back in the groove. Levels, adjust the mic.
So since Lisa made it Facebook official, do you want to share with the toddlers your news?
Wait, there's news?
I know you're not on social media, so maybe you don't know that Lisa made it Facebook official. You just clean up the record for any stragglers who might not be on the Book of Faces or Instacrap or whatever else is out there.
Oh yeah. I think we alluded to this the last one that we recorded a couple of weeks ago. So this podcast has lasted long enough now for both of us to change our jobs. And no, Spotify did not come in and buy us. No. So I've left my previous employer, beginning a new job next week or this week, whenever you listen to it. That does involve us moving. So we are moving from the undisclosed location back to Salt Lake City, which I've referenced because we've lived there for 17 years. However, and I'm not sure what that's going to be. I don't know what studio that's going to be now. There's a whole lot of that we got to work on. However, the undisclosed location is not going away. It will just become the retreat. So occasionally I still may be recording from the undisclosed location, but starting next week, this podcast is relocating to Salt Lake City.
Camp Todd. No?
We
workshop
should work on that. Yeah, let's.
Maybe it's Camp Lisa.
I don't know. Apparently, people love it when she's on more so than when we're on.
Hi, toddlers. Welcome to Talking to Todd, a weekly podcast with Dwayne Johnson and Todd Prinz, where failure is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. Surrounded by some moving boxes and bubble wrap and some dogs that are a little concerned about what's going on.
I look around my disaster of an office and I've got boxes and bubble wrap. Am I moving and I don't know it?
Or have you moved and you just didn't Therein lies the problem. We've moved multiple times. You move and then you're like, maybe I should hang on to this stuff for a little while. Then you're like, yeah, we're not going to move again. Get rid of all of it. 6 months later, well, time to move.
Right? It looks like a hurricane went through here. How can you tell? Let's see. We've been off for 3 weeks.
We haven't recorded for 3 weeks. We've been off for 2 weeks. Yes.
Okay. It feels like longer because my inbox is full of follow-up and feedback and updates.
We got all sorts of stuff.
We've been flooded.
Okay. What do we have?
Well, for starters, toddler number 1.
Yep.
Game of Thrones. How do you guys not include Game of Thrones? I can tell you why I didn't include it, because I didn't watch the damn thing.
That is also why I didn't include it on my list. Not because you didn't watch the damn thing. No, that's not. No, it's because I didn't. Just to be clear. These
are to be. Remember, this is the list of our favorite shows, not your favorite shows. Amy would also include on her list for the 70s, Hogan's Heroes and Charlie's Angels.
Okay.
In the 80s, she would have included the A-Team.
Which was on a list.
Yes. Jake, Tyler, Matt Damon.
Yep.
I'd take a whole episode at a time just on 80s TV. You guys hit some great ones, and I feel like there's another hour there alone.
Jake, you may get your wish. Thanks for the idea.
Also from Jake, Cockney is the dumbest dialect. No wonder the colonists left. Thanks, Bash. Let's see. Did you see the email worth of feedback that we got from Yvonne and Wrigley, toddlers 1059 and 1060?
Yes, I did. Oh, you surprised me with that, but yes.
Sorry.
All right. So, on the one where Dwayne talks about the film Sneakers, saddened that when Dwayne was naming off cast members, River Phoenix, who, as she points out, is not with us,
Solid work.
and Sir Ben Kingsley, still with us, were left out.
I sit corrected. I don't know that was that.
Actually,
I don't know that was an actually, but sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also from Yvonne, the one where you name top TV shows by decades, which she said has the best show art. What? No Mork and Mindy? Mad About You loved Mel Brooks as Uncle Phil.
Yep.
Best quote, firm embrace. Lost. She says, LOL. Ironically, rewatching this right now, we're on season 3. This is the one where, yes.
So she wrote, ironically rewatching this. Are they watching it ironically, or is it ironic that they are watching it?
I think it's the second. I think.
Okay.
I don't
think because it could be the first. They're ironically watching it.
I don't think people over the age of 40 can ironically do stuff. I think that's a millennial Gen Z thing. So they're rewatching it right now as we speak. They're on season 3 where Jack, Sawyer, and Kate are kept prisoners by the others. Don has never seen it and just keeps saying, "Who wrote this?"
Sure.
If you think that in season 3, oh boy, it's going to get bumpier after that.
Buckle up, Don.
Yeah. And the one with British phrases, an often used phrase by family and friends is donkeys. Used in a sentence. Haven't seen her in donkeys. Definition, donkeys equals donkey's ears equals years. Sure, there you go.
Sure.
It's just that simple, people.
It makes perfect
sense.
Just
that easy.
Yep.
As always, Toddler 1060 and I thank you for your weekly educational and entertaining podcast.
Happy to provide. Feedback from Josh on our feedback on his trip when we were commenting about how we might or he might get sued for comparing the European trains to Amtrak.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He said, did you see this feedback? It was on Facebook, so probably not.
I did not.
I should have been more specific, writes Josh. The train interiors were like Amtrak, not the speed or timeliness of the trains or the overall experience. Although, due to an incident involving a train well ahead of us, our Edinburgh to London train had to stop for quite a while, and we ended up around an hour late. Gee, just an hour? Seems that's on for Amtrak, that's on time. As a result, Josh writes, we got a full refund. If Amtrak did that, I'm not sure they'd have any net income.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he was more than 15 minutes late, that's when you start getting refunds, and it scales based off of time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen over here.
Frankly, Amtrak's business model over here would be better if they said, if we're on time, you get 100% refund. We've never given out a dime.
It seems like we got something from Danny.
Danny did send to us, I believe, all due respect to you and me, the episodes with Lisa on it are his favorites.
Yes, that's true. Also, hey, we're recording, by the way, on Danny's birthday. Happy birthday, Danny.
Oh, hey, happy birthday, Danny.
There you go. Hey, I don't want to interrupt here, but I'm going to interrupt here. Sherry High had a really bad accident running her try in California, and Sherry, we're thinking of you. She's going to have surgery to repair a separated shoulder, And so,
Ugh.
Sherry, I'm hoping that you're listening, you're recovering well. Hang in there. So hopefully you're back on the bike soon.
Wow. And hey, Sherry, just for you, I mean, if you've got a separate, I know when you have like broken bones or any separated, like laughing like can hurt. So we're gonna make sure to dial down the comedy on this one,
Yeah,
just for
we'll
you.
be even less funnier than normal right now, just for you.
Is that possible? Yeah,
I don't know.
we'll take it down a notch.
Let's see. Oh, I guess this is follow up. I don't know. I got a note from Spotify creators allowing me to log in and look at our stats and review any comments that have been made on any of our episodes that are published on Spotify.
Okay.
We had a comment on one of our Spotify episodes, episode 241, which was Check's Watch a year ago. Anyway, Scott O'Hara.
I believe that's a donkey ago.
Thank
Is that
you.
how that works?
I believe maybe we gave
that
a
would be
shot
a singular donkey ear. I don't think that's the way it works. No, now that I think about it, that's that messed up donkey. Sorry. You know what? I'll just be quiet while you continue.
Scott in Minnesota, we gave him a shout out. He commented, "Thanks for the shout out." All of this is a minute of your life you're not getting back, toddlers. Anyway, we now have access to all of our Spotify data.
Hey, speaking of that, I know that we've kind of you know what? We've got some other follow up, but first there is an actually.
Actually.
Yes.
So I'll cover later. We were in London for a couple of weeks. Saw Lisa's cousin Gail, husband Keith. We're talking about Josh's comment about driving on the narrow roads that are, they're a one lane road with traffic going in both directions and hedges.
And hedges keeping you in. Yes.
And they 100% agreed. They're like, yeah, that's nuts. And I said, yeah. And the crazy thing is it's national speed limit. And I said, so, you're doing 70. And Keith corrected me. And so I'm nothing if not, we gotta make sure that we cover stuff up. Keith let me know that the national speed limit, which by the way, it's just like a sign. I think it's the sign with like the do not, it's kind of a round sign with a bar across it. It kind of looks like do not enter. That just means in lieu of other signs, the national speed limit is in effect. However, on a single carriageway, the national speed limit is 60. On a dual carriageway, the national speed limit is 70. These are both in miles per hour. Now, Dwayne's going, I don't know what it was, a carriageway. A dual carriageway has a separation between the directions of travel. So think interstate, right? Either has a ditch or has a solid wall, right? That's a dual carriageway. A road with traffic going in both directions with no physical divider is a single carriageway. And therefore, all of these roads, which have one lane, which is two lanes, it's only 60 miles an hour. That is the national speed limit, not 70.
And they use miles per hour, not kilometers.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Could put that in what I learned this week.
But there you go. Sure. I mean, here's the thing, though. They're all over the place, right? But I mean, if you think about it, I mean, they also use pints. A lot of pints.
Yes.
They're not, none of this, like, can I get 500 mil of Guinness? Like, no, just give me a pint.
No, just, yes.
All right. Oh, follow up. This is going to take like 6 hours. What do you got?
This came to us from the watchful eyes of toddler negative 18. The U.S. Ultra Marathon, where runners eat Taco Bell for 31 miles.
That doesn't sound right. What? First one to tap out and use a porta potty loses?
The International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon Equal parts endurance challenge and stupidity. I could have put this in Idiots of the Week. It was held in Denver. You run 31 miles while passing 10 different Taco Bells. You have to eat at 9 of them. And you have to keep your receipts. And you have to eat specific menu items by the time you reach certain stops. For instance, by stop 4, they should have already eaten a Chalupa Supreme or a Crunch Wrap. By stop 8, they should have eaten a Burrito Supreme or a Nachos Bel Grande. By stop 9, they should be dead, per article. Anyway, you can put that on your list of things to do in Denver.
That sounds like you're just playing with fire. Like, just remember, by the way, if you're going to participate in that, remember, knock, wait, then open. There is, here at the undisclosed location, I will tell you, there is a half marathon that they have in December called the Jog and Hog. Similar idea, but it's a half marathon, and you do a 3-mile loop or 3.1, whatever that works out. And so as you come through the loop, they have they have goodies, like, think about like cinnamon rolls, croissants. It might be like a Hostess cupcake, or like they have cupcakes and all sorts of stuff. And the rule is you have to eat a sweet every time, and you have to finish it. And then you got to get your card stamped before you get to go out and do another loop. High performance athletes.
Ragbri, if it was a half marathon.
Yeah.
I like the punch card idea.
Yeah. Hey, look, no cheating. Did you really eat the Twinkie? I don't think so. Come on, bud.
Okay, and the last thing on here is for Danny. Purdue football has lost every game that has followed a Taylor Swift album release.
To be clear, for most of those years, they lost a lot of other games as well when she didn't release an album.
Yeah, most of her album releases have come in October and November when they've been playing Penn State or Minnesota. There's a loss to Nebraska in there.
Yeah, that one's not as impressive. I'm just going to be honest, right?
Yeah, right. But when she released an album in August, they lost their first game of the year to Nevada.
Again, though, it's Purdue. I mean,
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to. We've been following Taylor Swift releases and correlations, not causations.
Correlations.
To be clear.
Yes.
Correlations. What did you have?
You know what? All my stuff is not as timely. We'll just push it off to next week. We've got content for next week.
Okay. I think I had one, as long as we were talking about these things. The list of other shows that I forgot besides West Wing and Sports Night.
Yeah.
Wings.
Oh, yep.
Suits.
Okay.
The Muppet Show.
Are you putting that in the 70s or the 80s? Just curious.
70s.
Okay.
Yep. LA Law. How did we not talk about this?
Well, here's the reason. Because when that was at its peak, we were in high school, right?
Sure.
And we were not the demo target for LA Law. It's not a high school.
No, but at that point in my life, I wanted to be an attorney. So I did watch it and really enjoyed it. Not that there was a whole lot of law going on. There was a lot more LA than there was law.
Yeah. It did make you not want to be a lawyer, though. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Is that what the job is?
That's well then. Okay. Yeah. So maybe it worked. And lastly on this list, The Good Place. Don't know how I forgot that.
Wow. It's as if we didn't even prepare for that episode.
I know, right? How about that? Let's see. Can we do Todd's Tech Corner?
Sure.
Is brought to us by the Taylor Center for Technology Policy.
Yeah, let's do that. Looks like we've got 3 things in there.
Yeah. What did you bring this week?
So while we were doing episodes out of time, Apple, at the bottom of a press release about a show basically said, oh, hey, by the way, Apple TV Plus is now just Apple TV. Thanks. So the entire internet made the same exact joke at the exact same time. And it is. So now, just so we're clear, if you want to watch Ted Lasso or Shrinking or Silo or Severance, and you have an Apple device, we now need to update what we said, and you now need to watch that on Apple TV, on Apple TV, on Apple TV. Just get rid of the plus. We did it. We did it. Not confusing at all.
How do you know whether you're watching it on Apple TV or if you're watching it on Apple TV?
Oh, no, you're doing both. You're watching it on Apple TV, which might be on your Samsung.
Using the Apple TV app.
Yes. One's a service, one's an app, one's a device. I don't understand why you're having problems understanding this. It's pretty clear.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Welcome to Todd's Tech Corner, where we're recording in a circular room. There's no corners. There's no corners. Anyway, what did you bring for Todd's Tech Corner?
Did you see the story about when AWS went down this last week? The smart beds from 8 Sleep malfunctioned.
I saw some headlines that the smart beds, they didn't become dumb. They became aggressive.
They did. So whatever mode they happened to be in, they moved into heat mode, many of them. And because these beds are connected to the internet and have apps and run off the apps, and there is no offline mode. So when AWS went down, things went nuts. At 3:00 in the morning, some of them overheated, became uncomfortably hot with no way to turn down the temperature. Some customers were trapped in upright or elevated positions. Other glitches included flashing lights and unexpected alarms. Todd, there really isn't a question here. This also could have been an idiot's, but it belongs more in the Tech Corner area. Is the solution coming?
Don't buy the beds.
That's
Sorry, solution 4.
Well, it says, oh, hold on. I didn't scroll down enough. The company worked quickly to restore full functionality. They now promise that they're going to have an offline version that you can go to if you want to. It's not there yet.
You know, just I'm going to throw this out.
Yeah.
The simplest and easiest portion to program in the entire app is the don't do anything portion. That would have taken 30 minutes, including the 29-minute coffee break, to code don't do anything, then build everything else. But
right? Maybe start there.
That you've heard the phrase fail safe, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah. That actually means in failure mode, fail to safe. That literally means if it fails, do the safe thing. They had a fail berserk mode.
The other thing that I had under Tech Corner,
yep,
could have been a thing that I learned this week or learned while we were off. Did you see that on October 13th, TiVo released a press release saying that it has stopped selling hardware?
Yes, I did see that.
Did you know that TiVo was still selling hardware?
I didn't know that TiVo was a going concern. So before we even get to selling hardware, no, I did hear, and I didn't check because I didn't know we were going to cover this. It's entirely possible. Somebody pointed out that was the exact same day that AOL turned off its dial-up. That TiVo hardware and AOL both finished on the same day. Welcome to the 90s and 2000s.
Post hoc ergo propter hoc.
Oh, maybe that's how the TiVos, the original TiVos, you had to have a phone line.
Yes, because they
Without
had
a
to
phone
dial
line,
up.
because they had to dial up, because they had to, if you purchased anything, they had to report back the purchase. So
Right.
without a phone line, you couldn't use a TiVo. Holy crap. Was it using AOL still? Eureka. I think we've solved it.
Oh, hey, let's
That's
do
a
one.
Scoob.
That's a Scoob.
And I'm here
Yes, Queen.
to remind Todd of the mess Todd made when he answered wrong. Todd oughta know.
Okay, this is a segment that we always do, and we're going to keep it short this time. I have found a list of absurd American trivia, Todd, and I'm just going to ask you 3 of the questions here. It's set up on Reddit so that the answers are blacked out. So I'm going to ask you the question, but I don't know what the answer is. And then you can
Just real
pass.
quick, you're
Yes.
playing absurd US trivia from Reddit. Do we need to play the other theme song first, just in case? I'm concerned now. Okay.
So
All right. Hit me.
question number 1, Todd. Are there more public libraries or McDonald's in the United States?
I mean, flippantly, you want to say McDonald's. Yeah, we're America, McDonald's. So I'm now okay, if you go to Iowa Falls, 1 to 1.
1 to 1. Yes.
1 to 1. Yes. So, you know what?
Public library in Eldora, no McDonald's, right?
Yeah, I assume the trailer's still there. No, just kidding. That's mean. That's just, why did I do that? That was uncalled for.
Yeah, they've got the little free library.
Yeah.
It's in Phil's yard.
Yeah. Until the derecho hit. Now it's in Larry's yard. I will say, I'm going to say public libraries.
The answer is libraries. Fun fact, 17,000 public libraries versus just 14,000 McDonald's.
Oh, I was off. In the back of my head, I had McDonald's pegged at about 12,000. So then I was like, yeah, 12,000 libraries. But so I was off by a little bit there, but got the answer right. Okay.
You said we may need to play the other theme. I clicked on this, so I do know the answer. What is the deadliest job in America, Todd?
I think the guy that has to clean the porta potties after the Taco Bell Ultra Marathon. I want to say, because I've been indoctrinated, that it's an Alaska crab fisher, but I don't think that's true. I'm going to say farmer.
According to this list, the answer is being president, because approximately 9% of American presidents have been assassinated, and several more have died in office. It is a deadly job.
Huh. I don't think that's the way that works, but okay.
It's on
from
Reddit.
A certain angle.
From a certain, yeah, the angle is back and to the left.
Jeez.
Sorry. Let's see. So the next question is, the King Ranch in Texas is larger than what U.S. state?
Delaware?
Rhode Island. Close. Okay, those are the 3 things that Todd ought to know this week. We may do more of those later. We may not. What's next?
Let's see. Oh, hey, Scott Frost Memorial Idiot of the Week.
Oh, what'd you bring?
I've collected so many idiots while we've been off. So this is, sorry, having to scroll to find the one. Okay. So, unshockingly, this is referred to in European football. However, this is women's European football. A couple of weeks ago, Medina Desic, she is a striker with Werder Bremen in Germany, celebrated a win over Hamburg by holding up a sign. And when I say a sign, it's She has 2 poles holding this thing up. The sign she held up is a large poop emoji with Hamburg's crest on top of the poop emoji.
Oop.
Yes. Celebrating. People found that in poor taste. So she then, the following week, apologized. I held up a fan sign that was off target. She said, with wonderful use of the sporting lexicon, I didn't mean to provoke anybody. Okay. It's a printed sign. Like, let me ask you this. You didn't mean to provoke anybody. It's a poop emoji with the other team's crest on it. What would you say you were going for? Because here's what we know. You meant to do it. You meant it. Absolutely. You did mean to provoke. And then, oh, I didn't mean it.
She could just as easily been an AI meme in a jet with, never mind, you know where I'm going with that.
That sounds highly unlikely. Nobody would do that.
Nobody would do that.
Nobody would do
I mean,
that.
who are you trying to provoke there? Why? Who would do that? Why would you do that? No, nobody would do that.
Yeah. What'd you bring?
I brought you 2 different options.
Okay.
Big Screw Up,
Okay.
spelled B1G,
Yep.
and Three's Company.
I'm going to be honest. So B1G, big. That's the Big Ten.
Yes.
That's college sports.
Yes.
That's too easy. Let's go with Three's Company.
I'm not sure that this is a whole lot better. Suzanne Summers' widower, Alan Hamill, has created an AI clone of the late actress to keep her spirit alive for fans. The project, which Summers herself had a hand in conceiving decades ago, is built from her writings, interviews, and media appearances and is intended to be a source of information and a conversational companion for her fans. It's a robot that kind of looks like Suzanne Summers. And the computer behind it will answer your questions as though it was Suzanne Summers. According to Hamill, the resemblance between the AI and the real Suzanne Summers is remarkable to the point where he can't tell them apart when they are side by side.
Nope.
No.
Don't do that. Nope. Stop. Nope.
He needs to go see an eye doctor.
Oh, yeah. I just pulled up the photo. Isn't that the robot from the Megan movies?
It looks nothing like Suzanne Summers.
Hold on.
Other than it's blonde.
Blonde. Yes. Huh. Okay. Well.
What did Todd learn this week?
Jeez. Oh.
Hamill, this is on the internet, so it has to be true. I didn't even read this part before I got to here. Hamill has also expressed a hope to potentially convince the estate of Summers' co-star John Ritter to create a digital twin of him as well, to possibly create new episodes of Three's Company.
God.
That can't possibly be true.
Okay. He wants to do that. Is entirely plausible.
Sure.
I think at this point, somebody desperately needs. We need to get some security around Joyce DeWitt as stat.
Yeah. At one point, Toddler 818 wanted me to start playing a game on here where I bring you 2 real headlines and 1 fake headline and have you try to figure out which one was the fake one. This one would have been one of the real ones. You're Googling, aren't you? Now you're reading.
Yeah. Now I'm just, okay. That's sure. Wow. Okay.
Why not, right? Welcome to 2025.
Well, what I was mostly checking was Joyce DeWitt. With us, not with us.
Oh,
With us.
with
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
One out of three. We've had,
Although, oh man. Okay.
uh-oh.
I'm going to pitch a film idea.
Yes.
It's an AI robot horror flick, right? Okay. So you're going to change names, protect the innocent, but I'm just going to use the real names because of this guy, right? So Suzanne Summers' husband creates a robot that looks exactly like her. And by exactly, I mean not like her at all. Okay. Step one. Step two, he then has to, and so in this case, right, the the actress was on a sitcom with two other co-stars. One of the other co-stars is dead. He then goes and somehow convinces or finagles, or probably being an evil guy, gets him to sign an art and gets the second robot of the second co-star. The only thing that is standing between him and literally billions of dollars of bringing this beloved thing back is the fact that the third co-star is still alive. And if she was just dead, then he could bring out a robot that looks exactly like her. Again, not at all. It looks more like a golden retriever. Nobody says anything to him. So he's now hunting down the third co-star, who then has to go on the run, Running Man style, to try to stop the robots from taking over. I got to write that up. Got to send a treatment in. I don't know. So I don't know to who. Okay. The problem is that, but hey Joyce, I got a film script. If you wanna be an executive producer on. The problem is at this point, reality is getting so stupid and out of hand. Before I could pitch it, it might come to reality, and then somebody's going to go, "Oh, you had a film based on that, huh? Come with us down to the precinct. We got some questions for you." Oh my goodness. Okay. Jeez. All right.
Didn't have it on my bingo card. I did not.
Let's see. We've both been doing some traveling. Got travel stories?
I do. Go for it. What do you got?
Okay, so trip to London, just a couple of hitting the high points. Talked about, Nathan and I ran the London, the Royal Parks half marathon. And they have an app that you can go in and you can track, and you can get your results, or other people can track you.
Yes.
I didn't have my number yet, so I just went into the app and just put in my last name. And it came up with 3 people. There's 16,000 people that run this. It came up with 3 people when I searched for Prins. Todd Prins. Hey, that's me. Prinsloo, Amy Prinsloo. Okay, whatever. But the one that caught my eye, Joshua Prins. Hey, Josh, were you running too, or is this a different, like, I don't. Anyway, I was just like, hey, is the Dino Toddler here?
You guys should have coordinated. You could have done a meetup.
Here's the thing. While running, I did pass somebody who was running the half marathon, because it's a charity half marathon. I passed somebody who was running it in a full inflatable dino costume.
Are you sure they weren't protesting ICE?
No.
Okay.
This is England. They got other stuff they're protesting.
Okay.
Anyway, for a second, Josh? No. Okay, 2 on the head. No. Okay. Let's see.
You guys looked, I want to say, I saw the pictures afterwards.
Yeah.
You looked remarkably rested when you were done running.
When I was done running.
When you were done running. I don't think you pushed yourself hard enough. You looked like you were in pretty good shape, according to the pictures that I saw. Maybe you took pictures after you had recovered for a bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. When did we take the pictures and how far? Like, the finish line, there was a finish line, and then you had to walk a good half mile. Anyway.
So you had some recovery time.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
So we stayed in the same, we stayed in a flat. We do Airbnb. We stayed above a flat that we stayed in multiple times. On the ground floor has been a deli sandwich shop that's been there for a number of years. Anyway, we get back this time, and I was waiting to go there, and it's gone. And there's now a New York style vanilla pudding store called Nilla. And apparently it's Instagram famous because certain days there were more than 100 people lined up to get this. And they say basically it's New York style banana pudding. And they only sell two type. They sell their banana pudding and then they have a special for a month.
Puddin of the day?
Of the month. Puddin of the month.
Puddin of the month.
Yeah. And what concerned me was, I'm like, what is this? And so I'm looking up, like Googling, searching for whatever, and then I find it, and everybody's like just raving, like, oh, it's only been open for a couple of months. There was a place in New York that has huge lines, so these people are basically opening this up. But basically, if you get to their webpage, it doesn't have much on it, but it says, try our viral pudding. And I said, nope. Not doing that. Did you run that past anybody before you posted it?
Nope. No, they did not.
Can I have a side of penicillin with that? Yeah. Let's see. Also, we've talked about fun street signs that are in London. I saw this one. Hopefully it will get to you. We'll see. There you go.
Okay. There's a blue sign with a bicycle on it.
Yep.
That's rectangular.
Yeah.
There's another one directly above it that's in a circle. I don't know why they need both, but they have them. I'm guessing
Unknown.
Neither of those are the ones that you're talking about.
No. The red one.
Big red sign with white lettering that says changed priorities ahead.
And my first thought was, a half a block ahead, there's going to be somebody that says, I was going to go to law school, but I've decided instead to be a mime.
My priorities have changed.
I don't know what that means and why you're telling motorists that there's changed priorities ahead. My other thought would be, is it paved and then like a little bit ahead, it just goes to gravel? We're like, we started building this road and then changed priorities. And then the last one,
the funding ran out because somebody else changed priorities.
Oh, well, there you go. And then the last one on the way back, transatlantic flight, it was equipped with Delta's fast and free Wi-Fi, which is very nice. However, while we're sitting on the tarmac, waiting to take off, the person, one of the purser, whoever comes on board and says, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a bit of an issue. I found out later. So Lindsay and Nathan were on the same plane a little further back. Lindsay, as soon as she heard we've got a little issue, she's like, crap, we're not leaving. No, basically what they were letting us know is the Wi-Fi wasn't working, and that's tied into the in-flight entertainment system. So they have to reboot the in-flight entertainment system in order for the Wi-Fi to work. And so they rebooted everything, and it still didn't work. It was on, but it didn't do anything for the 10-hour flight.
Oh.
Which, I will be honest, that was annoying. And I was like, okay, now I've gotten a little spoiled. We've gotten used to flying in a metal tube at 39,000 feet, flying across an ocean and having internet, and there was none. But what really thought to me, though, was because in the seat pocket is Delta's on a journey for free Wi-Fi. And my thought was Delta's on a journey, but this plane is not.
Nope.
Yeah. So, by the way, this wasn't one of the small ones. This is one of the big ones. Yeah.
There are a lot of upset people. Did you happen to have content downloaded beforehand so that you had something to do?
I did. That was fine. Lisa and I were not sitting next to each other, however. And so what we do on the flights is, because we're not sitting next to each other, we just use text messaging back and forth. And so that failed, and I didn't bring a stack of paper to write notes and pass it along. So there was a problem there. So yeah. Also a couple of times you're flying over stuff and you're like, hey, I wonder what that is. You know what? I'll just look on. God damn. Okay, that's fine. I just don't know where I am. I don't know. It's blue. Must be the Atlantic, I guess. I don't know. It's probably Canada. I don't know. Anyway, what did you have on your trips?
So I flew Did I tell you this? I flew Des Moines to Miami for a conference, and then I went from Miami directly to Cleveland to see our nephew Charlie play in a football game, and then I went straight from Cleveland to Dallas for another conference, and then I went from Dallas back home to Des Moines. Leg one, Southwest, leg two, Delta, leg three, American, leg three, United, leg four, American. Touch them all. Because I was more worried about where can I find the direct flights than what airline I was flying.
I'm just going to throw this out. You missed a really good opportunity. That's a YouTube video right there. You basically are standing there saying, I'm flying across the country and I'm going to try 4 airlines on 4 legs and compare them. And let's see what the airlines look like. All right, everybody ready? Let's go.
Coulda.
I may have watched some of those. Anyway.
So when I was flying into the Cleveland airport, there was a sign promoting Kent State, I kid you not, as the highest ranked public business school in Northeast Ohio.
That's a lot.
It's a very distinct category.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're correct.
With that many qualifiers, you'd better be.
How could it not be, right?
Yeah. Congratulations.
Right?
I guess.
When we left Cleveland, Amy and I were on the same plane from Cleveland to O'Hare in Chicago. And we're walking down the jet bridge. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people on this plane. It must be fairly decent size. And Amy says, is it a 747? And I said, I don't think so. There aren't very many of those flying anymore. God damn it. Turning into Todd.
I've been listening to this educational podcast. Why do you know that? I don't know. I do know why. Because Todd, I don't.
And I said, maybe it's a 737? It was.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But the first plane that pops to everyone's mind is a 747. And nobody flies those anymore.
Well, I mean, actually, unless you're Lufthansa or
right. Yes. Okay.
Korean, but other than that, yes, not a lot of inter-US flying of 747s. Getting from Omaha to Minneapolis, got a 747.
And then when I was in Dallas, the bar in the hotel was advertising that they have live music on the weekends.
Okay.
Here's their advertisement.
All right, let me take a look. Join us for live music every Friday and Saturday.
Zoom in on that.
Am I looking at the logo, at the pictures?
No, you're looking at the words.
Oh.
Because every Friday and Saturday is in script.
Okay, wait. So Saturday, SATRU Saturday? Saturday?
And this is a sign that takes up the entire window.
Yeah.
But because it's in this weird script font,
nobody can tell.
Nobody can tell whether or not it's Saturday or Saturday. But I know they can get it right in sometimes. They can get it right sometimes because around the corner was a similar sign where they spelled Saturday correctly. But the sign was a different size, so they had to print a different sign. That one they got right. This one they didn't check.
The one around the corner is what we call make good.
Yeah.
I was more concerned about join us for live music every Friday and Saturday but the picture is of like a stallion with a woman in a skirt and high heels and a cowboy boot and fringe standing on the back of a like, is it a drum? Is it a guitar? Is it a musical? No, it's anyway, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Like, what does that have to do with live music? Look,
Nothing, but it's in Dallas.
it was clip art. Like,
It was free, and it might be free clip art. Odds are it wasn't. So what have you been watching for the last 3 weeks?
well, we were in London. That meant we went to the theater and caught some shows. So we saw In Order Just for One Day, musical about Live Aid,
Oh,
and Bob Geldof, and it's rather interesting. One of the main characters is sort of a girl who's like 18, 19, going off to college, and looking back at Live Aid with a more critical eye about, did you really do anything? And so they're kind of trying to address some of the issues that, anyway, it's fine. It's
it's
okay.
a story to weave it all together.
Yeah, because I don't know how they got music clearance for all of this. Like, this is what took forever, right? Is like, because they're using all these songs from Live Aid, and so it's a jukebox musical, but now they have to tell the story of how you got there. Interesting fact, however, proceeds from the show go to the Live Aid, the foundation that Live Aid
Oh,
has.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
at the end of the show, they post up there that the show has generated 1.2, 1.3 million pounds already for continuing the work of what
Wow.
Live Aid did. So anyway, there you go. You know what? It's fine. Went and saw The Producers.
Okay.
First time I have ever seen that, either live or the movie.
You had never seen the movie?
No.
Did John Hughes do it?
So yes, this was my first. I mean, I understood generally, but anyway, watch this.
Springtime for Hitler?
First time I've ever seen it.
First time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I knew it. I knew Springtime for Hitler. I knew that was the big number. I knew it was coming. Yeah. I just hadn't seen it. Very entertaining. Lisa's comment was, "Wow, seeing Nathan Lane in that role would have been amazing."
Right.
Yep. As we were leaving the theater, there were some people in front of me, and they were like, "That was really funny," and absolutely no way that could be done now.
Like,
meaning written now. Like, if you were to write that today, there's a lot of things you would change. You might keep some of the Nazi stuff, but there's a lot of other stuff that, like,
it's Mel. Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
There's a lot of Mel Brooks humor in
There's
it. Let me put it
Mel
like,
Brooks.
yeah.
You know what? You could, if you wanted to see Nathan Lane, there is probably a pro shot on file at the New York Public Library.
I was going to say, I just need to go to the public library and say, I got one shot at this. Can I just watch this?
Yep. Right. Yep.
We then also we went out to Wembley, and they have an arena out at Wembley, or a theater out at Wembley, and we saw Starlight Express. So, fun fact, that was the first musical I ever saw in London on the West End years ago. And now this is a new version of it. To be completely honest, it was long enough ago. Lisa's like, "Oh, here's all the changes they did." And I'm like, "I remember they were on roller skates. So that hasn't changed." She's like, "That's all you remember?" I'm like, kind of. Yeah. I was also jet lagged, I think. Anyway, so Starlight Express was there. There was a gentleman sitting in the row in front of us, him and his wife. Lisa thinks they were from Germany, based off of just kind of their accent. And this show appeared in Germany before going to London. I have very rarely seen somebody enjoy musical theater more than this gentleman was. He was so enthralled and like bouncing. Like, when I say this, he's like a 50, 60-year-old guy with people singing on roller skates, and he was so happy to be there. It was like Christmas morning for this guy. Anyway, that was great to see. And then we went and saw Operation Mincemeat. Again, tick that off. God, that's a good show. And then on our last night, as always, we went and saw Book of Mormon. This time we sat in the box seats off to the side. So we were up high off to the side of Book of Mormon. Lindsay and Nathan were with us. Lindsay was just loving it. She was sitting next to the lights. She's a theater person, tech person. So she was just like watching stuff on stage because we were actually pretty close. I actually spent time, because we were off to the side, looking at the entire theater, and it's in a big theater.
Uh-huh.
And Lisa did this too. And she even leaned over. She's like, look at, like, there's like 1,500 people in here, and everybody is just smiling and laughing, except for the two people that got up. That's fine. It's not for everybody. Anyway, God, it's a funny show. Anyway, so that's what we saw. What about you? What did you see?
It is a funny show. For our 29th wedding anniversary, we saw Book of Mormon in Chicago.
There you go.
I think it was, we should have borrowed your punch cards.
Yeah.
We were in the next to last row in the tucked underneath. I don't know what it was. It's an oddball section. So it was limited view.
Okay.
Which means we couldn't see the very top, but we could of the decorations at the top of the stage. But
Yeah.
we saw everything else with our necks a little bit craned. But because we've seen it, yes, and or scooched or slouched down in the chair to be able to see underneath the overhang and still above the people that were in anyway. Hi, I'm Jesus. So funny. I think it's either our third or our fourth time seeing it. Anyway, so we saw that. I am continuing my run of Robert Redford movies. I watched The Sting.
Good movie. I've seen it.
Good movie. Yep. The Diplomat dropped on Netflix.
Yes.
On Thursday. We're done with it.
Okay.
We tried to slow binge. It didn't hold up. It's so good. And then when you're done, you're just disappointed because the writing is so good. And God, I hate Hal. And then 10 minutes later, I love Hal. It's oh my God. Have you gotten to season 3 yet?
We have not.
Oh, you're going to love it.
There's been some stuff going on here, so we haven't had a lot of TV time.
Well, trust me, you're going to love it. I don't want to overhype it, or I don't want to build it up to the point where you're disappointed, but man, it's good. If you have not yet watched The Diplomat on Netflix, yes. And then lastly, there's a documentary out called John Candy, I Like Me, which is also really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, yep. And a lot of behind the scenes stuff. It would help if you watch more of John Candy's movies, maybe. But there's also a lot of Second City TV in the background and the relationship with Catherine O'Hara and yes, yeah, like that one, like that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles that you're holding up, still.
On German DVD.
On German DVD, still in its plastic wrap. Yes.
Mint condition. Collectors.
Somebody better tell the affiliates we're running long this week. What did you learn this week? Did you learn something while you were gone?
Well, so before we left, I said I was running half marathons on back-to-back weekends.
Yes.
And I was scheduling issue.
Hubris will be punished.
Yes, I believe that was the phrase. So I figured I would report out whether that was a good idea or not. Turns out it all worked out fine. The first one on Saturday here at the undisclosed location, I hadn't gotten all the training that I was intending. And I was somewhere between 7 to 17 minutes faster than what I thought I might end up. It was a great run.
Good.
Enjoyed it. I was like, hey, look at this. That's fine. And then I got
Smart.
done and I thought that was probably a mistake because now I'm going to suffer. I got one next weekend. What did you do?
That was a
So-
training run.
So then we get to London, and Nathan was running the London one with me. And Nathan's a runner. He goes out and runs like a 15-mile run on Saturdays for fun. And he's much faster than I am. So we did a training run in London. I said, hey, do you want to go run through London? And took him through some places, a nice, slow, easy training run. And then I basically said, hey, you don't have to stay with me. He's like, no, I'm going to stay with you. I'm like, okay, and he's like, maybe if we get to like the 10-mile mark, maybe I'll just do like the last 3 miles or whatever. So, okay. Knowing that he was running with me, I just told him, I'm like, this is what I think my pace is going to be. And it's pretty slow. He's like, okay, that's fine. And I think partially because he was running with me, I was trying to, I went faster than that. Anyway, that one was only 2 minutes off of the one the previous week, which was significantly faster than I had planned. So they both were faster than I had planned. That said, I will say that as we're going along, we hit mile 10 and Nathan's here and I'm like, hey, Nathan, we got 3 miles to go. You know, if you want to, he's like, oh yeah, maybe I'll, and then I didn't see him again.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll boom.
And he's gone. Well, that didn't take much.
Are you familiar with the concept of a rabbit in races?
You put somebody out ahead of you a bit to
Yes.
chase.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point in the race, they're just gone. Normally, this is because they fall out and don't finish the race. That is not the case here.
Yeah. The difference here was that Nathan specifically stayed behind me the entire time so as to not like drag me along, but I was moving faster than but once again, and I'll just, the every single time I get to so what I learned was running on back-to-back weekends, survived and did better than expected on both. So I could do that again. Not sure I'm going to. Good to know. And then the second thing is, and every time I get to do this in London, it's just amazing. London is a very big city, and they shut down the roads and completely screw up traffic on a Sunday. And running in front of Big Ben and down Whitehall and through Trafalgar Square, and it's all shut and it's lined with people who are cheering for you. This time I had a charity vest on with my name on it. And so people were shouting my name, encouraging me. And Nathan's like, wow, I thought you just had a lot of friends. Like, no, I have my name on it. It is one of the coolest things you get to do, that I get to do is run through the streets of London with them shut down. If they're not shut down, it's a lot less fun. As Nathan and I found out the following week, I said, you want to go on another run? I said, sure, I'll take you a different route. And we had to cross multiple streets. And that was a lot of like, wait, which way am I looking? Just look all the ways. Look all the ways. You never know where it's coming from. How about you? What'd you learn this week?
So several years ago, 3-4 years ago, Amy bought me a very nice pair of Bose noise canceling earbuds, wireless earbuds. That I take with me everywhere, every trip I've gone on for the last, since I got them. Love them. Absolutely love them. Got on the plane to go to Miami and made sure that they were charged cases fully charged before I leave the house. Get on the plane here in Des Moines, and I put both earbuds in, and the left one is dead and the right one is working. Oh, that's weird. So I go through all of the troubleshooting, right? Reset it, hold the button down for 30 seconds, all of this stuff. Disconnect, reconnect, disconnect it from the iPad, try reconnecting it to the iPhone, all of this back and forth. Troubleshoot. Nothing. Cannot get the left one to go. Well, maybe it's just dead. Look it up. Yeah, it's showing battery at 0. Okay, so I put it back in the case, and I've got an ear plug. I've got my ear plugs like I have for concerts or sporting events or those kinds of things. So I have an ear plug in my left ear and an earbud in my right ear, which is still working while the left bud is charging in the case so that it can charge itself back up, right? Get to Miami, still dead. Work through while I'm in Miami for 3 or 4 days, really odd. Do more troubleshooting, nothing. It's left one is dead. Just dead. Can't get it to charge, can't get it to flicker, can't get anything. That's really weird. Fine. So next flight, same plan. Earplug in the left, earbud in the right. I can still listen to stuff. It's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'm going along. Get to the point where I have to go to the restroom. Go into the restroom. Don't take out my earbuds to go into the restroom. The right one.
That's foreshadowing.
The right one falls out, hits the counter while I'm washing my hands, falls out, hits the counter. I can't grab it, falls into the toilet bowl on the airplane. Well, I guess I'm done with these. Left one wasn't working anyway. Right one isn't worth retrieving. So next week on Todd's Tech Corner, Todd, do you have any recommendations on earbuds?
I'll look and see which ones have good floaties on them.
The music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. You can subscribe to our award-winning podcast with visiting runner Todd Prinz, wherever you get your pods. Just search Talkin' and the number 2. There's no G and no space. You can stop by and see us at the Tuba City home office. You can also stop by and check out our Naperville drains if you're in the greater Naperville area, as I did about a month ago. Thanks to our listeners, our sponsors, and our contributors. We appreciate you. And you can send us your feedback on this episode or any episode to feedback@talkingtotodd.com. Todd?
You know, earlier you were talking about the Suzanne Summers robot that her husband created.
Still stuck on this, aren't you?
Again, totally not creepy. It's incredibly creepy. But I saw that and I've been trying to figure out, like, God, that it doesn't look like Suzanne Summers.
It does not.
At all.
No.
Other than blonde. But it does look like, I'm trying to figure out let me throw this out. I think I figured it out. That's not a Suzanne Summers robot. If you take a look at the picture, that robot looks like, it has a blonde wig. If you change the wig, that looks a lot closer to Norman Fell as Mr. Roper than it does as Suzanne Summers. Which, if that's the case, her husband may have some splaining to do. I've made Mr. Roper. We will be very happy to. Oh, not there's anything wrong with that. But stop playing with robots. Seriously, actually go look at Norman Fell picture and then put that side by side. You're going to see you're going to be like, oh, Todd was just,
oh no.
Boy, he's not wrong.
I think I'm pretty sure who's going to be in the car with us this week. We'll have some cleaning. We will definitely have some cleaning up to do when we're back next week. Until then, we're here. We're talking to Todd.
We just need to plan after we take a couple of weeks off. We're just going to go long. This is like when you go on vacation at work. Like, the work doesn't stop when you get back. So I've been told, when you get back, it's still waiting for you. You just have to do all the work the next week.
Well, the thing is, you go back into the office and then you've got to talk to all the people that you haven't talked to in 3 weeks and get caught up on all the stuff that's going on. And you still have to do all of your work. Again, yes. Welcome Welcome back.
Oh, great. We've just replicated The Office here. Not the funny one, the real one. We're doing this wrong.